Howdy folks, my name is ReadyApco, and welcome back to part number 8 of Let's Play Super Mario 64. Can't believe I've already recorded 8 parts of this. And in this part we're going to be taking on the very next stage, hopping into this cage dropped by that Big Boo. What a mysterious way to enter a stage. It's Big Boo's Haunt, starting with Go on a Ghost Hunt. Seems reasonable to me. Let's go on a ghost hunt. Come on in here. Ooh, sounds pretty spooky. Looks like a haunted mansion. And I really, the music here and the aesthetic of this mansion is really genuinely spooky. And this place, of course, has one of people's favorite enemies in any video game, which we'll be getting to shortly, perhaps. If I can get over to this ghosty boy. So stomping each of the ghosty boys. Ghosts don't die! Can you get out of here alive? Yeah, most likely. I don't think this place has any bottomless pits, and those tend to be my greatest foes in these games. And although this area may look like a bottomless pit, I promise you that if you fall in here, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, and they all say the same message every time you kill one of them. And of course I managed to fall on my own. You get some really other creepy music, which, as you may know, Koji Kondo was the head composer for I believe he was the head composer. I'm not sure if that's the correct title, but he's credited for creating a lot of the tracks that you hear in the classic Nintendo games, and I believe he's still doing work for them today, although I'm not 100% sure of that. I would have to fact check that. Yeah, he created that theme for down there, which I wonder what that theme might be reserved for. Maybe we'll be finding out later in this episode. But he created the music down there, and it's very, very similar to the bonus room music from Yoshi's Island, if I'm remembering correctly, is the tune. Again, these are things that I will have to fact check, and I will be screaming at myself for later in editing, as you do usually. So that's one more ghosty added to our ghost-busting ghost count. I wonder how many times I can say ghost in the same sentence. Probably more than you might think. And if we get into this room, we've got 2 boos. And of course, I thought I was going to get hit. Boom, here comes the Master of Mischief, the Tower of Terror, the Big Boo. Ha ha ha. Looks like by defeating all of the boos in these side rooms... Oh, here we go. Hey, you guys want to play some piano? Okay, that's maybe overplaying it a little bit. Goofy, scary piano. I can see that genuinely being scary to you if you're a kid. Me personally, it just kind of looks really goofy. Same for the Big Boo. The boos in this game just look goofy more than they look scary, but I think that's kind of okay, Alrighty, starting in on star number 2, ride Big Boo's merry-go-round. So, maybe that music was for a, carousel of sorts, perhaps? If we enter this shack to the, off to the side of the regular mansion entrance, we can take that elevator that we took before. I guess you saw me coming out of the shack in the previous start when I fell. I'm not really good at thinking things through. Just I'm like Todd Howard. I'm do not trust this man. Although for very different reasons. Him because he is deceitful. Me just because I have absolutely no brain to speak of. It's actually it's empty up there, folks. This music is it's mixed so much louder than the normal level music, it's actually kind of startling to me. I'm probably going to have to mess with it in editing. It's so much louder. That's actually insane to me when you're in here. But taking on the Big Boo for the second time, he's going to give us our second power star. Pretty easy takings. Star number 3, Secret of the Haunted Books. Alrighty, let's see if I can actually remember the proper way to do this. So, I believe we're gonna head in here. Oh, and we have access to the top floor of the mansion now, so that offers some new areas. I believe we're gonna go back with Spooky Piano Man. And do you need to get up here? Oh man, if I can even attempt to make the jump. Oh, nope. This might be the cheating way to do it, but if it is, then I'm kind of even more okay with that. How do I get over there, though? Let's try going through this door. Okay, this just leads us to the top floor of the mansion. Okay, regular way through here, I believe, is you're gonna get attacked by a whole bunch of books in the library. This is why kids nowadays don't read, I tell you. And then, I believe it's... you can jump into these to activate them, so it's top... alright, so it's gonna be top, right, left, and by entering that incorrectly, just like any good haunted mansion, a secret bookcase door, which leads us to the proper power star. And as you can see, there's that other balcony right over there that I was trying to jump from. You can do it if you're skillful enough, but I went ahead and did it the regular way. Star number 4, seek the 8 red coins. Is the 8 red coins always the 4th star in every stage? I get the feeling that it might be that is the case. Alrighty, this is something new that we haven't seen before. I actually mentioned this in the very, very, very first episode, I think. I expected that one box to be one of the boxes that launches you just like that. You do 3 bounces and then it explodes into some coins for you. A pretty interesting mechanic. In the later level, we might be seeing a way in which that can help or hurt us, because when I've used it in that particular level, it almost always kills me. So that'll be interesting to see. But for the time being, we've got the task of collecting 8 red coins, so by now I'm sure you know the drill. Gotta get 100 as well. Thankfully, we've got a whole bunch of spiders, and every single time that we kill a boo, it's gonna drop a blue coin worth 5 coins for us. So it actually makes this task pretty easy. I remember this being one of the easier 100 coin stars. You almost always end up beating the stage with more, especially because of these blue coins. I mean, making one coin pickup worth 5 of the normal ones is extremely valuable. And I think if you go down to the carousel, you also have the boos that spawn down there, perhaps? In that case, that would be a whole heck of a lot of blue coins that you can pick up just from smashing ghosts in the face. And I didn't mention it before, but the easiest method, of course, for taking care of them that you've seen, I used it to kill almost every single boo and the big boo both times. It's going to be this little ground pound maneuver, because Mario's hitbox becomes active for damage as soon as he starts flipping in midair. Just like so. It's incredibly useful for taking out the boos, because as you've noticed, when you're facing them, they do not appear in anything but their ethereal form. And you cannot do damage to them in that state, so it's a lot easier just to turn around, wait for them to come up and approach you, and then BAM! Hit him with Mario's. It's more like his head, because it hits them mid-flip, but sometimes it's his butt, just like that. And then these guys, these eyeballs, if you get their attention and then walk around in circles, they will also reward you with a blue coin. Very, very good stuff. Alrighty, and then here's going to be the part where I have a shoddy memory of where all 8 red coins are. But I believe they're all contained within the mansion. None of them are going to be down in the carousel. Oh wow, the books are worth blue coins as well. Maybe that's why I remember this being so easy. And the chairs are worth coins as well? Probably if you can manage to hit them, but I did not, of course. That's A-okay. Alrighty, and then he's hiding a red coin behind him. And then I believe the other 4 are going to be in the upstairs portion. I remember this, again, being one of the easier red coin, 100 coin stars. You get a lot of coins, the game gives you red coins for absolutely free. Alrighty, nope. It's over in this side room. Yep, there's a trap door that if you fall down, that will lead you all the way to the basement, so walk around it, try to avoid it as best you can. We will be coming back for later, if I remember right. Or maybe it's not that one. Maybe I'm thinking of something. No, it's exactly that one. We'll be back for that box later. Alrighty, so we've already been through there. Let's go over to the left side. Yep, this is looking more correct. This is number 6. And unfortunately we fall into the bottom level, but thankfully it's an easy stair trip back up. So we've only got 2 more red coins to look out for, and I believe one of them... No. Oh no. Do I actually not remember where all 8 of the red coins are? Well, let's try one more route before we start getting panicky and doing video cuts, why don't we? Can jump up here. And this is going to be very useful for getting the 100 coins. Got 20 more of them right here. Actually puts us 3 coins away from meeting our goal, which is very exciting, and looks like this Boo friend is actually going to give us those final 3. So that's going to be 100 coins. Excellent. Let me go ahead and save my game, and that brings us to 40 total stars. Wow, that's 1/3 of the total stars that I already need. That's actually really incredible. Technically you only need 70 stars to beat the game, but as I said previously, we're going to be 100%ing the game, if at all possible. It is a tricky endeavor, but I think it's something that would be worth undertaking. Alrighty. Where are those last 2 red coins? It bothers me. If it was 1 red coin, it would actually bother me far less than it does being 2 red coins. The fact that it's 2 means that... No, wait, no, they're back in the mansion. They're definitely back in the mansion. There was 1 room that I must not have gone into, because I'm distinctly remembering it is a room in the mansion, and it's a specific location. It's starting to come back to my memory now, and I believe both of the final 2 red coins are in that same location. So let's go ahead and double check this before I start going crazy here. So is it on the first floor here? No. Because that loops around to there. So it must be somewhere up here, right? Nope, this is going to be balcony. Wait. Piano room. Door here. Oh man, I'm terribly lost. It's just like the Luigi's Mansion. It's an absolute maze of doors that I have no idea how to get through. Seriously, that I still have not beaten that game ever, even as an adult, because the level design, for whatever reason, is just so confusing to me. And clearly the same thing is happening to me here, because I swear that we've gone through all of these doors, but then again, I really am distinctly remembering. It's a door in the mansion. Here we are. I can't believe that I totally missed this door. And right under that coffin and this coffin are going to be our final 2 red coins. See how silly that is? You miss 1 door, and you completely screw yourself. And of course the camera is going to poke through the environment to try and show us the star, but unfortunately it cannot do so. But that's alright, star's going to be right here. Let's go ahead and grab that and end this silly 100 coin star. Can't believe these take so long, I'm so bad at this. Alrighty, we've got 5 out of, technically 7 if you count the 100 coin star, but 5 out of 6 Big Boo's balcony. So we've noticed it only every time that we spawned into the level, and technically I went up there on the last star and saw him, but we've got a Big Boo situation up on the balcony, and since taking him on 2 times wasn't considered enough for this game's developers, they figured, why not a 3rd time? So taking this route just as before, and can you backflip up to that ledge if I stand on the very edge of the platform? No, you actually do have to do a wall jump, so the game is asking a little bit more of you 5 stages in order if you want to get 100%, that is. Gotta do a wall jump, and it is a little bit tricky as well. Oh, that was kind of spooky. That was kind of legitimately terrifying. There's not quite enough room to do a triple jump either, so a backflip wall jump really is the best way to get up here. Perfect. And I'm gonna need to get really good at that for the next star. Oh, that star I have bad memories with. But for star number 5, it's gonna be another easy takedown of Big Boo with our Bootay! Oh, not if you jump on him though. Oh, and getting up to this star is also tricky because the eave of the house here is just a little bit higher than what you can backflip. So you have to long jump over to one of these and then try to make your way up to the star, but it's very tricky and the game doesn't want you to do it. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember having a lot of troubles with this playing it on the Virtual Console. And now that I'm actually playing the game a little bit more, this is much more comfortable than playing it with the original classic controller. Especially just because I have a particular problem with controllers that don't have enough grip room. Trying to play with the 3DS or the Wii, not the Wii U, the Switch controller, like the Joy-Con thing that the plastic thingy that you slot the Joy-Cons into to give them a grip, those are just too small for me. And of course I fell off the back of the house this time. Gosh dang it. Let's try and get back up there again. But yeah, I tend to have a problem with controllers that don't have enough grip like that. And the original classic controller has no grip whatsoever. It's designed like basically the original SNES controller, and you know, those are just too small for my massive hands. I'm a pretty big guy. I don't have the biggest of hands. Like, for example, I've never been able to grab a basketball with one hand like some people seem to be able to do. That's a really impressive thing if you're able to do that. But yeah, controllers like that are simply too small for me, so playing with this DualShock 4 has actually been pretty incredibly comfortable once I got used to it. The first couple of goes, it was a little rough, but I think we're turning it around, and I'm getting a lot more comfortable with how Mario controls. Awesome, awesome. And for our final star in Big Boo's Haunt, Eye to Eye in the Secret Room. Alrighty, so as a kid, this was a very, very tricky star for me to collect. So, as I said earlier, we're going to be coming back for that Vanish star, or that Vanish cap box that is over on this balcony here. You can see it glaring at you every time you go through this door. So you head through here, you have to avoid the trap door. Alright, see if I can get this on the very first try, why don't we? Alright. Psych myself up. So the Vanish cap, just as the wing cap, has a timer on it from the moment you collect it, so we're gonna grab it and run for it. Avoid the trap door. Oh no. Alright, we made it on the second jump. I think this might be enough time. This might be just enough time. That was just enough time to make it through here. Alright, you have to use the Vanish cap. Make it through here. They give you another one inside here, just in case you come in and decide you want to leave for another star. But by defeating that giant eye enemy, we can collect our final star from Big Boo's Haunt. Alrighty, that went way better than I was expecting, as a matter of fact. When I started the episode, I had the thought, wow, we're starting to get to the levels that I have a little less clear of a memory of. You know, I tend to find that it's the middle of games that I have the fuzziest memory of. The beginning and end I can remember pretty clearly, but then you get to the middle and it's a little fuzzy. But that went way better than expected. We've got 7 of the 7 stars. Awesome, guys. So I think that's a good amount of progress for this episode. I'm really enjoying being able to cut these up per episode. It makes things a lot more convenient for editing purposes, and hopefully makes things easy for other people to find if they, you know, want to ever use this as a walkthrough. It would be a very select few people, but for those people, I'm hoping that it will be helpful. So in the very next episode of Super Mario 64 Part 9 already, we're going to be taking on, I believe it's Stage 6? Alrighty, looking forward to it, my friends. This is Ready Opco, and I will be seeing all of you then.